Hello everyone and welcome to the Renault FT-17 T1 light tank review. I'm your host Bonesaw, so without further ado let's start the review. As I said, this is the Renault FT-17. It's the Tier 1 light tank for the French tech tree, and it has the honourable distinction of being the oldest tank in the game, first seeing action in 1917 at the end of World War I. Many consider this tank to be the first properly modern tank. As you can see, it has a separate rotating turret, which was a new feature for tanks of the era. Most of them before then had been, large cumbersome land ships without a separate turret and with very large crews. The FT-17 by comparison has a very simple crew of only two: commander in the turret and driver in the driver's compartment down the front. That can be a bit of a downside in terms of actual gameplay, as you can very easily lose your driver and your commander and simply get knocked out due to loss of crew. Overall, the armor on this tank is pretty good though. It's 16 all round, 22 on the front and side of the turret. So chances of you losing your commander are lowish at best, but if they get a lucky shot into this cupola, you're gonna lose your commander, and if they hit the driver's hatch, you're going to lose your driver. But thankfully the front of the tank is quite sloped and you can expect to bounce a few shots, particularly from autocannons at mid-range. One of the downsides of this tank are its rather large tracks. As you can see, the front drive sprocket, return sprocket here and the drive sprocket in the rear are both quite large, so it makes it very easy to track this tank. And its top speed is only about 21 kilometers an hour, so it's not very fast, but it turns well, and overall, it's view range 280 meters, pretty standard. Signal range 300 meters, it's pretty good as well. In terms of armament, it starts off with a very, very short 37mm gun. Only has 29 mils of penetration, 30 damage per shot, and 0.54 accuracy. It's not a very good gun. But it is, however, the only conventional large caliber for tier gun that this tank gets. Its other choices are the 13.2mm Hotchkiss, which is an autocannon. It is a pretty good gun if you like autocannons. I'm not a huge fan, so I prefer the 25mm cannon. The 25mm cannon is probably the most accurate of the guns this tank gets, with 0.45 accuracy, but it's still not hugely accurate by any means. What makes this gun special is the fact that it is a conventional gun. It's not an autocannon, it doesn't have a magazine, it just shoots very fast, but it has 46mm of penetration with standard ammunition. That's enough to penetrate anything at Tier 1, and if you come across something more heavily armoured, say a Hotchkiss H35, which you can see in my garage bar, you'll be able to penetrate those too, which many other tanks can struggle with. The only downside of the 25mm cannon is the fact that it's a 25mm round. In World of Tanks, if your gun is beneath a certain caliber, it's roughly about 37mm or lower, it will have a maximum range, which means that if the enemy is beyond roughly about 150 meters, your crosshairs will just be red. You'll be getting a red penetration indicator, and that means you cannot hit them. The round literally will not travel the distance. And so this can be a problem for the FT-17 on very open maps like Malinovka. But with this gun and with its adequate armor, it can make quite a good brawler, as you'll see in the replays. Engine is mounted in the rear in this very large engine compartment. I've never had this tank get set on fire, but getting shot in the engine happens quite frequently because it's the biggest part of your tank. Really, it's the largest target. As I said, overall this tank, very good up close. So generally you want to hug terrain and try and just get up as close and just blast away with that 25mm gun, because it can kill an enemy very quickly if you place your shots correctly. I'm just going to show you a brief section of footage to illustrate how detrimental it can be losing your crew members. You'll see I take a hit through the driver's port and through the cupola and lose both my crew, even though I'm still on a decent amount of health. And after that I'll just show you some gameplay to show you how this tank can be effectively played on mines. So as you can see, I'm holed up behind some cover, I'm potting away at this MS-1, he's firing back,
Enemy armor is
You know,
damaged.
he's taking damage, I haven't. Hopefully I'm going to get a kill on this. And...
Through their armor.
Yep,
Got the commander.
here I lose my commander.
See what's going on.
And a good chunk of my health too.
That one didn't go through.
So I'll just kill him and then I'll pause.
Enemy armor.
Alright, pause. Go to free camera. Have a look exactly where he hit us, right in the middle of the cupola. That's commander gone. Alright, back to fixed camera. See the rest of the game. Alright, there's that T1. Take a shot at him, but I'll miss because my commander's gone. When you lose your commander in this tank, you lose pretty much everything but your driver. So, radio skills will be down, your accuracy, your loading, your spotting. It's horrible. And I wouldn't recommend a first aid kit either. A tier 1 first aid kit's a bit of a waste. We'll put some shots into this FT-17.
We've hit them. Penetration.
So pay attention to that T1 who's hiding behind those rocks. He's the one who gets me in the end. And you'll see why. Alright, so we've got some lights and some mediums hiding around the corner. We're just kind of waiting for them to push out so we can mag dump on them. I missed the shot on him. Go up to get the second shot, hit him. And yep, there we go. T1 got me. And now I pause. Free camera. Have a look where he hit me. Right in the center of the driver's hatch. So we've lost our driver and we've lost our commander. That's the tank gone. Even though we had 4 HP left. 4 HP is not a huge amount, but it's still enough for the tank to still be functional. But crew loss, that's you out of the game. So here we are with the Renault FT-17 on mines, and as you can see I'm top of the ladder. This is pretty standard for an FT-17. It gets matched almost exclusively at tier 1, unlike the Light Tractor or the MS-1, which can see battled up to tier 2. Just coming up alongside me now is an NC-31. It's the Chinese version of this tank. It's a good little tank, plays different to the FT-17, and I'll do a review of it in the future. Alright, it seems everyone's keen for left flank or town, so I'm going to move on the hill. The hill's quite important on mines, and I'll probably deal with that in a later video to a further extent. But as you can see, the FT-17's, it's not quick by any means, but it'll get you where you need to be. I'm, not exactly at the back of the pack right now. Just cautiously hugging the hill. Oh, we've got a light tank. He's a T1 Cunningham. They're usually the first ones on the hill because they're the fastest tank at tier 1, so no surprises there. However, I'm just worried about what may be up on the left here as I move up. So I'm hugging this rock, and ooh, low tractor, T1. Alright, well, I'll ignore them. Oh, take a hit. As you can see, this tank does have pretty good armor. You can resist the enemy to a fair extent. Just putting shots in this T1. Why he's not running, I have no idea. But, that's him dead and not me. I'm going to pop out and take some shots at this Light Tractor, and it's a bad idea. Because he has an autocannon, and I've lost my driver, so that's half my crew gone. As you can see, having 2 crew members, it's a bit of a downside. But there's a weak T1, so I'll take that kill. Oh, no, someone else gets it. Just bait this Light Tractor a bit. Alright, now the guys in the town are struggling a little bit, so I'm going to move over here and spot them. And this is one of the reasons why the hill is quite important, because you can just stay up here and spot people in the town for your allies. Or you can attack enemies from behind as they advance on the hill. Oh. As you can see, gun depression's not amazing, but adequate.
Enemy is hit.
Tracked that FT-17.
We nailed it bad.
He's got the 25 as well, but I'll finish him off first.
Finished him off.
Now, going for Cunningham's engine, see if I can take his engine out.
Penetration. Penetration.
And will I finish him?
Penetration.
7%. Nah, he gets away. Oh, looks like that NC-31's lost his entire crew as well. As I said, downside of having 2 crewmen. This medium has not seen me. I don't want to get hit by him because his gun will hurt me a lot. But my 25
went right through.
punched some holes in him.
Looks like that one went right through. They're hit.
And he's disappeared, but I should get... Yep,
They're knocked out.
there's the kill shot. Oh, and another medium. Let's see if I can have a go at him. Just poking my head out. So, as you can see, this is what one tank alone on the hill is achieving. See if I can sneak up on this Cunningham. Oh, no. Something knows where I am. Hitting the rock. See if I can bait them to shoot at me some more. Alright. No. Wait for him to spot. I don't want to get shot at. I'm at less than half health, and there could be some very nasty things over there, like a medium. Oh, that's an NC-31.
They're hit.
Got him. I know there's something with an autocannon out there, but I'm not sure what. It's not the NC-31. He looks like he's got the top gun, which is the 37mm. It's the same gun that you get stock on the Like tractor. So he's still dangerous. I don't want to have him shooting at me from a distance because his gun is much more accurate than mine is. Oh, that appears to be another FT-17. So they're all just holed up behind the rocks at the moment. I can't seem to get a shot on them. Can I get one on the FT-17? Still worried about that NC-31, so I'm holed up behind this medium wreckage. Good large wreck to hide behind. Oh, there's the NC-31. See if I can put some shots in him. Oh, he's turned side on. That's good.
They're hit.
Miss. And NC-31 gets him instead. Just got the hit before I did. Let's see if I can maneuver around to get a shot on this FT. Can I get it? Oh, oh. No, game over. Well, as you can see, that's 4 kills, so pretty good. FT-17 on mines.